Howdy, it's Matt, and this quick little video is a tiny little build tip. Now let me just explain what I'm doing, which is that I really don't like the motor mounts on the back of the Harrier, as in there's not really, if we look at it closely, there's not much meat for us to be able to screw into. Especially if you consider we've got a big X mount. Now I know they've provided a little bit of plywood and we do get a carbon fibre piece to go on top of there as well. But my thinking is that what I could do is trace around some 1.5mm, 2mm plywood and then glue that to there, and then I've got a nice decent platform. So I've been and traced around it. Now when it comes to this thinner plywood, and you'll see how thin that is, it's only 2mm. And remember, this is a pusher plane model, and so we don't really need that much meat to dig into. Now what you could do is use a craft knife and then dig around and cut around. Now my history with craft knives and plywood is not good. I've had several of these ends ping off and hit me in the face. Now normally what I do is use number 10 ones instead. So instead, most people use number 11s, but if you use number 10s, the angle is greater, so there's a less chance of you breaking the nib. Now with that said, the tip is you might have guessed it, there's a pair of scissors on the desk, is that all I'm going to do is just go around and trim, because the plywood's so thin, get a nice sturdy pair of scissors and then go around and trim around the edges. And you're not going for like the full Monty and trying to do it all in one go. You're just trimming up all the edges as you go, yeah. There we go. I'm almost done. Now admittedly I did go around with the craft knife first of all to make sure we get like a super clean edge, and I will tidy up with the Dremel with a sanding bit on the end. But it does make things an awful lot easier, and you'll see that I'm here quite happily just crafting that away, and there's the almost finished piece. Look at that. Now all I now need to do is number one, glue that on the back of that one. I need to make a second one for the other motor mount, but once I'm done is that I'll lie it up on there, sand it around with the Dremel with the sanding bit on there, and I'll turn it down a bit. Of course you could use a sanding pad, and then glue it on. So yeah, simple little build tip. Use a pair of scissors when cutting thin plywood. It saves an awful lot of hassle. So with that said, from myself, Matt, I hope that little build tip's been in helped you. And on that note, from myself, Matt, cheerios.